How's it going, guys? Welcome back to TheBlueShifting and welcome back to ReWrite. Last time we were here, we did, I guess a lot of prep and kind of finalization of some of our first, official investigation. And then we also saw a lot of prep being set up for the Harvest Festival, which is apparently a really big deal around here, which makes sense. I mean, every community's got something big going for them. And this one is, huge for the community. It's huge for all the businesses. It's huge for, I guess the initiative of the entire, local area is about promoting eco-friendliness and such, and so it's kind of the bread and butter of the entire economy here. So yeah, obviously I can see why adults get so crazy about it. I don't know about getting in fisticuffs over it, but whatever. So we're kind of getting ready for that, and while we were kind of in the presidential room kind of hanging out, and also we found out that Otori is apparently a part of the club, even though we thought we were the first three people, so that was interesting. But now we run into Chizuru, who apparently saw us outside and came inside to find us. So without further ado, let's jump into things and see how things play out today. Chizuru is standing there. Huh? What? I'm the one who's at a loss for words here. I just saw you outside. I did, but she saw me, and she heard me? I don't even know which is the correct question to ask. Did you see me from down there? She nods. Did you hear me? I end up asking both. She shakes her head. But then, how did she know I was calling for her? You've got our place bugged. Yeah, right.
Kotarou.
Yeah? Chizuru plugs her ears with her fingers. You won't hear anything like that?
聞こえないだろ。
Huh? How can you hear me?
なんで聞こえてるん
Can she read lips? No way.
え
Wait, don't tell me. I dash toward the end of the corridor.
廊下は走らない
Oh, the sound of her whistle reverberates across the walls. Sorry about that. I switched to fast walking instead. I relocate to an area where Chizuru could barely be able to see me. If you marry Akane, you'll get a witch for a wife. I return.
茜を嫁にしたら
Correct! I applaud her. Oh, it's nothing so great as that, says Chizuru with flushed cheeks. Anyway, what's the deal? How are you doing that? She points to her lips. You want a kiss as a reward? No. What? No? How embarrassing. Look on her face says as she waves her hand in negation. Then...
口の動きと喉の動きで
You can read lips. I didn't know that skill existed outside of comic books. You can read my lips from that distance.
見える範囲なら小太郎は口の動き大きいから分かりやすい
Probably. I bet you I'd be the same. Your mouth movements are very wide. I think it's just... It means you have a big mouth. That's amazing. Wait a second. I can use this. Just think of the information gathering possibilities. Incredible! I can get away with anything as long as I have Akane and Chizuru on my side.
あなたなんぞが私を使うつもり？身の程知らずもいいところね。
No. She heard me.
見てたわ。すごいわね、あなた。
Chizuru hides behind my back. She's a bit shy, so please excuse her. Chizuru, say hello to the nice lady. I make her come out from behind me.
しずるです
じゃあ、あかねよ。
よろしく
こちらこそよろしく。
Hey, can I have her join us? Well, in short, I explain everything to Chizuru.
やりたいが部に所属はできない
Oh, right. I see. Well, I guess she has her own circumstances. And how about just helping us out?
それなら
Really? She gives me an okay sign.
強引ね。
Hey, it's gonna be even more fun with her around.
楽しいって言われてもね。部外者はあまり。
We can't miss this chance to recruit someone so useful. Please, I'm begging you, Mom.
はいはい。だだっこの相手は嫌よ。
Man, we know how to push our buttons. Did you hear that, Chizuru? Yay!
よくわからんがやったのか
It is.
はあ
別にいいけど、責任あなたが取りなさいよね。
It'll be fine.
私は言ったわよ。
She returns to the clubroom.
私は小太郎の手伝い。
Yeah. Looks like our president's a bit shy as well. I checked the blog article I wrote one more time after I returned home. Doesn't look that bad. Our lead turned out to be a dud, but I feel the article itself came out entertaining enough. It didn't feel like a waste of time, at least. I should keep this up. We'll probably get even more numbers in the future. Tomorrow's a Saturday, huh? There's no need to hurry. I should take this one step at a time. And so I head to bed. All right. October 16th. Who the heck is that? I look like a vampire. I wake up. It's a pleasant morning. And so I jump out of bed. My body feels very light today. It'd be nice if I could discover a clue or two. Finally, a goal in life. Okay. A goal is the strongest motivational force in one's body could ever ask for. It's probably true. Like, having something to, work toward every day is really good. In the classroom, I overlooked the clues I've already accumulated. Some of them seem pretty interesting. But to prevail, I'll have to widen my options. A lot of weird things seem to be happening in this school. I should probably investigate it from that angle. I may be able to discover something new just by being more alert as I go around my normal day.
何見てるんです？
Oh, my clues.
はあ、なんか本当にやる気ね、小太郎くん。
Well, yeah, I've got stuff to do. Like, something interesting. Yeah, that's what happens when you belong to a club, I guess.
よくわかりませんけど。
As an example, Otsuri addressed me on her own today. Clubs have their own power to mend awkward relationships. Kotaru's been coming to school every day since joining too. Viva la club! During lunch break, I want to check something on the internet, so I head to the club room. I wonder if anyone's there. Well, even if there isn't, there's a lot of books and other stuff to keep me entertained. It's not like I'll be bored. I enter the room. No one's here, I guess? Or so it seemed at first, but... What the fetch? So, okay, Mr. Vampire Dude is here as an actual person. Hello? A man stares at me, holding a book in one of his hands. He stands in front of the window, shadows obscuring his features. As my eyes adapt to the dim light, I make out a handsome, even from a straight guy's perspective, face, with the glasses hanging over their nose. The guy has a solemn, somewhat cold air about him. He reminds me of an empty church in the middle of winter. That's an interestingly, specific, reference. His gaze returns to his book. Who is he? Never seen him around the school before. Hey. He ignores me. Who are you? Are you part of the Occult Research Society? Hey. I'm talking to you. Are you a senior? Sorry if I'm coming off as rude, if that's the case. Are you ignoring me? You could at least say hello, you know. Hello! I wave at him. He finally looks at me again.
Konnichiwa.
All of that just to get a hi. Feels like the ice melts instantly. Ah, yeah. Hello.
そして、帰りなさい。
For a moment, I can't understand what he means. My brain finally catches up after a bit. Go back? Did he mean go back? Go to the back? Oh, sure, I guess. I respond reflexively. Satisfied by my response, the man returns his gaze to the book. What's up with this guy? Does he know one of the other club members? It's a bit hard to believe he'd just randomly hang out in a place like this. Feels a bit hard to approach, so I sit some distance away. I realize he's looking at me again. Or rather, glaring at me.
何を
Huh? I have no idea what is going on at all. The meaning of what?
何をしているのですか
Nothing in particular?
あなたは先ほどの会話を何と
Dang, this guy's learned to speak a bit more clearly. You said go to the back, and I said sure.
そうですか。これは言葉足らずでした。
That would be the definition of your ability to communicate. I guess we both worked.
私は言葉のそのままの意味で言ったつもりです。つまり帰れと。ここは部外者が立ち入っていい場所ではありませんよ。
Excuse me? Wait a second, my dude. First off, who is he? If anyone's outsider here, it's him. Oh, maybe he's from the student council on an errand to disband our mostly illegal club. Yeah, he looks like the type. That said, I've never seen him around before now. And it's not really unlikely I'd forget someone so distinct looking anyway. Who the heck are you?
そんなさまつなことはどうでもいいでしょう。帰れと言っているのです。人が静かに本を読んでいるというのに、邪魔をするのは無神経だとは思いませんか？
Okay, I take back what I said earlier. The part about this guy having a solemn and somewhat cold air about him? This dude isn't solemn at all. He's in the mild and flexible side, if anything, kind of reminding me of an English gentleman. My guess about him being cold is right on the money, though. The door suddenly opens behind me.
あら、
The witch ascends to the stage.
珍しいわね。男子が2人、こんなところまで。
Yeah, quite a conundrum.
これはお嬢様、ご機嫌麗しゅう。
ん？ああ、確かあなたは。
ええ、そうです。
そうだったわね。
その通りです。
じゃ、その辺でくつろいでて。
はい、そうさせていただきます。
Okay. The guy returns to the bookcase, though nothing happened. Wait a second.
何？
Don't what, me? Who's this guy?
こいつとは失礼ですね。部外者といえば、あなたの方がよほど部外者です。
Huh? Is he your acquaintance? Like, for real?
何をもってリアルなのかわからないけど、知り合いは知り合いね。
Okay. Huh. He's wearing our school uniform, but I haven't seen him before.
でしょうね。
And why do you suppose that? Because you're not actually a student here, right?
待って、あなたも転校してきたんじゃないの？
いいえ。今さら学び屋通いしたところで得るものなどないでしょうから。
Oh, okay. So you just pretend to be a student, and you're calling me an outsider, huh?
そうね。あ、じゃあその制服は？
これは千早さんのものです。
Huh? Chihaya?
発注書になぜか私のプロフィールを書いて出してしまったようです。だから今は別の制服を着てるでしょう。
Wait. So that's supposed to be her uniform? She measured your units, so... But then why is it a guy's uniform? Oh.
違和感ないのはありがたいけど、あんまり好ましくないわね。
そうですか。私は割と気に入っておりますが。
あらそう。それは良かったわね。
Doesn't seem like our club president likes this guy much. So who is this guy?
千早の、
兄です。
だそうよ。
They don't look alike at all.
とりあえず、やっぱりここにいられたらいろいろまずいと思うの。出て行ってくれない？
She's trying to force him out.
それはお断りします。
Uh-oh. I can almost hear the sound of veins popping in her head.
お願いしてるんじゃないの。命令よ。
これはいなことを。ここではお嬢様はお嬢様でしかありませんよ。
She's interesting. He says that with a gentle smile.
へえ、そうなの。
How can I give him a gentle smile as well?
ああ、でしたらお茶でも入れましょうか。こちらは私の行為ということで。
Who are you? And why are you acting so weird?
結構よ。部外者の出した飲食物は喉を通さないことにしているの。
それは残念。
Someone's about to either get stabbed or they're waging some kind of war that we just can't see. Yeah! These two are terrifying. Maybe I should leave. But I feel so scared to move.
あれ？なんか多いです？
Carefree voice reaches me from the corridor. Otori! Thank God.
なんです？
千早さん、遅かったですね。
ああ、昨夜来てたんですか？
ええ。
What did she call him? Sakuya?
千早、この無礼者を早々に追い払ってちょうだい。はい？まあ、 は追い払われてください。
承知しました。どちらへ行けば？
Why does he said that to Akane, but like he won't listen to her.
校内でもブラブラしてたらいいんじゃないです？
では、そのように。
ダメ。目立たないようにしてちょうだい。
じゃあ、目立たないように校内をブラブラしてきてください。
では、そのように。
ダメ。もういいわ。その辺でおとなしくしててちょうだい。
だそうです。
了解いたしました。では、お茶でもご用意いたしましょう。
So we're right back to square one.
いや、だから。
お嬢様はいりませんか？いらなければ、千早さんと私の分のみのご用意となりますが。
わかった。入れて。
承知いたしました。
I can see exhaustion on Akane's face as the man smiles gently. Wait. Hey, what about me?
はい？誰ですか？
He looks right through me as if I didn't exist. My name is Tennouji Kotarou.
これは大鳥咲夜です。では、お嬢様と千早さん、お茶を用意してきましょう。
What about me?
はい？誰ですか？あなたは。部外者はさっさと帰った方がいいですよ。
Oh, Sakuya. Otori, who is this master of passive aggression?
はい？
This guy. I point at the guy.
帰れと言われてるんだから帰ったらいいんじゃないです？
Right. Forgot that she hates me.
心外ですね。私はいつでも温故知新、公正可否をモットーとしております。
いつもの昨夜ですよ。
I don't know, in case you forgot. I'd appreciate if she kept it in mind when answering my questions. He's your brother, right?
兄ですが、何か？
違いますよ。昨夜は昨夜です。あ、兄です。
Right, okay. So, obviously they're not actually related. There's something else going on here. I don't trust any of these people at this point. Who are all of you?
こんにちは。兄です。
I see. No way that's true.
千早？
あ、はい。
あなた、設定忘れてたでしょ。
いや、そうでしょうか。
そのうっかり悪癖は直した方がいいわね。
はい。
千早さんは嘘のつけない清廉潔白な方ですから、何ら問題はありません。さあさあ、お茶が入りましたよ。ミルクはつけますか？砂糖は何杯ほど？
I have this weird feeling that Saki is going to try and kill us at some point. Am I misreading this? He's too pleasant, but also too unpleasant at the same time. He's got that same feel that you get from the guy in, it's the guy who like kills people, but he tries to do it in a good way? Dexter. He's got a Dexter vibe to him.
ありがとうございます。一杯でいいですよ。
では、てんこ盛り一杯。
あなたの甘やかしっぷりは時に感心さえするわ。
お嬢様もどうぞ。
ありがとう。
This guy isn't her brother, is he?
他人同士が一緒に暮らしてるんじゃ世間的に不自然ですものね。
They live together?
そうでした、そうでした。そういう設定でした。
黙ってなさい、うっかり魔人。
魔人。
So who's this guy? Her common law wife or something? Can't help but grow curious after learning that they're living together.
妻にはなれませんね。
Well, you could be the opposite. So what, are you two like a couple or something?
あ、
The two look at each other.
そうか。そう見られるんですね。
That's the most natural assumption, at least.
これはまた短絡的な。なかなか面白い友人をお持ちのようですね。
Look who's talking. She makes an I don't even care anymore face.
そういうんじゃ全然ないですね。
正直に申し上げますと、私はゆえあって千早さんの身の回りの世話をさせていただいているものです。
Huh, you like her butler or something?
そういった認識が近いかと。
My first time ever meeting someone like that. I thought they were just mythical creatures like maids, but this means they really do exist.
そうですね。言うなれば私は千早さんのないと 言ったところでしょうか。
I see. I suddenly lose any motivation to pursue this discussion any further. There's nothing useful I can get out of the guy, no matter how hard I push him. He'll lead me by the nose at best, or turn the interrogation against me at worst. So then I guess I should call you Otori too. Best not to pry too deep with these kind of folk.
あ、そういえばそうですね。二人とも大鳥さんになっちゃまずい気がします。
いいんじゃない？千早と咲夜で。
お嬢様は冗談がきつい。どこぞの馬の骨様に千早さんのファーストネームを呼ばせるなどとは。
We should do it anyway. You just can't give me a break, can you?
とりあえずあなたの初対面の印象は最悪でした。もう少し落ち着きというものを持っていただきたい。
Can't say I was too impressed by you ignoring me either.
別に千早でもいいですけどね。
さすがは千早さん。どこぞの馬の骨様にも慈悲深いことで。
いえいえ。
I'll go with Chihaya then.
何を慣れ慣れしく言いますか。無遠慮選手権というものがあれば、あなたは世界トップランクの栄誉を得ることでしょうね。
Probably, but at least I'd be honest with myself. Really are one smug bee, aren't you?
個人的にも、私はあなたが嫌いです。
I kind of got that impression, yes. Ugh, feel like I've heard that before. Like brother, like sister. Oh wait, they aren't actually related.
では、私はそろそろおいとまするとしましょう。千早さんも、歓談は結構ですが、夕食には帰宅されるようにお願いします。
わかりました。
それと、お茶菓子をお持ちしていたのを忘れていました。
He pulls a little bag out from somewhere.
お嬢様もよろしければお上がりください。中身はクッキーです。
ありがとう。
それからあなたは、馬の骨ゲス野郎くんでしたか？
Tennouji Kotarou.
似たようなものですね。よろしければどうぞ。
Why does every word you say sound like you're trying to pick a fight with me?
まあ、そんなさまつなことはどうでもいいですね。
Just what have I done to make him hate me so much? I admit I may have acted a bit annoying, but
あと、
what else do you want?
あまり余計なことに首を突っ込まないことです。私はあなたが嫌いですから。
You don't need to repeat yourself. He glares at me. What is it now? You're now looking at the president.
何？
ま、いいでしょう。お嬢様のお月にはふさわしいのかもしれません。
褒められているのかしら？天王寺も含めて。
さあ、どうでしょう。それもさまつなことです。
Or he's insulting you by saying that nobody like us is a good match for her in some weird, twisted way.
では、ごきげんよう。
He bows and leaves the room. Hey, miss. He just left by himself. Weren't you worried about him attracting attention?
もうどうでもいいわ。
If you say so. I take a little peek outside. What is he doing?
おっと失礼、お嬢さん。
はい、大丈夫です。
それはよかった。無礼をお詫びいたします。それと、お話も結構ですが、前方は気を配った方がよろしいですよ。
はあ。
では。
He leaves.
あんな人、学校にいたっけ？
超イケメン。どこのクラスの人かしら。
Miss, that guy's already causing rumors. You might as well put an arrow over his head.
どうでもいい。気にしてると疲れるから。
I agree, but still, you say so.
咲夜はかっこいいですからね。
Meanwhile, the little sister is helping herself to the cookies without a care in the world.
どうでもいいけど、もう休み時間終わるわよ。
Huh? Oh, I forgot why I came here to begin with. Well, that was weird. Like I said, I'm convinced he's gonna try and kill us. Now, if he were a sibling of anybody, speaking of her, I would say that he bears a stronger resemblance to the class, like, president. Hi, Kotori. The two of them stand as soon as class ends. Where are you going?
お外のパン屋さん。
昼食を取りに行くんだ。
Both of them leave the classroom on their own. How cold. That said, both of them went to eat instead of going home. Do they have some other business in school today? It's a private school, so we have classes on Saturdays most of the time, especially prior to busy periods like the Harvest Festival. There'll be no free Saturdays for us until the festival's over. Some students eat lunch before going home, but I'm not one of them. I always leave school right away. So what are your plans, Oto Chihaya?
私は茜さんのところに行きます。
I see. I'm the only one with nothing to do. No, I should probably go to the club myself. But I decided to fill my belly before that. Yoshido, let's go grab some lunch.
断る。
He leaves without a word, with the wind of nihilism at his back. Now what should I do? Alright, so we follow Kotori, go to the cafeteria. I don't feel like doing either. So if we go to the cafeteria, that's to go see, but we'd be following Lucia. Don't feel like either, that's just like a arbitrary third option. I know what I want to do. Kotori! Wait for me! I know exactly which store Kotori's heading to. It doesn't take long to find her. Hey.
あ、小太郎くんがおる。
I'm gonna go to the club today. I figured I'd eat before that. You haven't bought your lunch yet, I guess. I don't see any bags in her hands.
欲しいの全部売り切れてた。出遅れた。
Dang it. Came out of a bakery, right? I didn't know they could even sell out.
惣菜パンくらいは余ってたけどね。人気ない種類のだけ。
Right. Energetic kids like us need pork sandwiches at the very least.
最低そのくらいからだね。フォアグラサンドとかだと、だいぶ元気出るかもだ。
Jeez, she's got quite a palate. My apologies. We've been spoiled too much while growing up. Please forgive us. I feel like apologizing for no reason. Want to check what they got at the convenience store?
もう今日は学食にしようかな。
Kotori seems hell-bent on having a filling lunch. Got plans afterward?
ご飯食べたら、そのまま緑を増やそう委員会に出ようかなって。
Alright, she's gonna be really busy. Ah, right. The Spread the Green Committee is a branch of a certain larger organization. The parent and namesake of the committee sponsored by the city government. The idea behind it is to have the inhabitants themselves be responsible for the vegetation in our town. Although she was forced into it, Kotori enjoys gardening, so she ends up participating in most of the committee's activities. You guys want to make the green town even greener? This might be a good opportunity for me to take some pretty pictures. I already have a digital camera. I actually ended up buying the one I'd seen in town before, using the savings I'd accrued by minimizing my living expenses. I know what that's like. That was like college. I got like a stipend from my dad. Like it was not a whole lot, but by like reducing my grocery costs by like eating top ramen, I was able to save a little bit of money that made it so I could go on dates. Like that was I kind of used it to fund my social life. It was a pretty heavy blow to my budget. As such, I absolutely hate making this baby pay for itself at least. I absolutely have to make this baby pay for itself at least. I should test it, huh?
センチメンタル。じゃあね。
Stop! I stopped Kotori as she's about to head to the cafeteria. If her heartless gag hadn't woken me up, I might have been totally left behind. Can I see what you guys do at this committee?
珍しいこともあるもんだ。
I've decided to live more aggressively from now on. I want to do all sorts of stuff I haven't done before. Is that too sudden?
大丈夫だよ。うちは雰囲気とってもガジュマルだから。
Gajumaru. I've heard that before, but I think it was translated. Gaju what? I look up the word on my phone. It's the name of the tree that grows in Okinawa. I don't get it.
雰囲気ガジュマル。ガジュアル。カジュアル。
Oh, okay. It's one of her jokes again. She does these weird wordplay jokes that are really interesting, especially because she tends to like transition them from Japanese to English. She gives me a proud look. I'll have to keep a watchful eye in case she gets bullied at school. I'll be on your side no matter what happens.
何？意味わかんない。そうだ。どうせだったら向こうでお昼。
Oh, we can do that.
ボランティア参加者にはタダでお弁当が出るよ。
That'll be nice. Pretty short on money right now, so that'd help. We head to the Spread the Green Committee.
あ、小鳥ちゃん、神戸くんじゃないか。おい、みんな、神戸くんが来てくれたぞ。
Yeah, she's pretty popular with these people.
小鳥さん、お久しぶりです。ありがたや。
Oh, jeez, that's a little dark.
神戸さんこんちはーっす。
こんちは。
Kotori enters the facility like a princess.
おカバンをお預かりします。
ありがとうございます。
おい、そこのみすぼらしい下男の君。
Hey,
預かっていてくれ。くれぐれも汚さないようにな。
why have I been just suddenly relegated to just random NPC? I take Kotori's bag. That's what I get for looking like a peasant. Wait a second, you said you'd hold it for her. But the old man's already disappeared. Jeez. So he gets all the brownie points for being a gentleman and then just shoves the duty onto me. That said, I can't exactly throw Kotori's bag away. The girl in question, meanwhile, has been swallowed by a crowd of zealous fans. I can't believe my eyes.
何か問題とかはあるでしょうか？
この一般販売用の鉢植えが枯れかかっていて、病気ではないみたいなんですけど。
Kotori touches the plant. The withered foliage suddenly regains its color and stands back up. What the fetch? Okay, that's not normal. She is like a druid.
治りました。
Impossible. I barely took a few seconds.
鉢植えが元気の波動を放ってる。
I like her punches of happiness.
小鳥くん、私の盆栽が割れてしまって、新しい鉢に移し替えたが、どうも元気がないのだよ。我が子よりも可愛がっていたのに。
Kotori fiddles with the bonsai tree for a few seconds. Bonsai revived.
治りました。
おお、孫より愛おしいこの枝ぶり。
Alright, dude, calm down. Pretty sure you should be loving your children and grandchildren more than plants. This can't be happening.
神戸さん、俺のハニーバニーを助けてく
Honey bunny.
治りまった。
れ。うおー、ハニー。
Is this magic?
神戸さん、委員会のブロッコリー菜園が病気で全滅しそうなんです。
治りま。
感じる優しい癒しの波動が世界を覆っている。
Alright, yeah. So, apparently, we're not the only ones with, like, a superpower. Wait, oh, hold on, no way! This one could Kotori fix plants with the speed of a gag manga.
よっしゃこーい。
Letting it go to her head, she begins doing a go-go dance. I've never seen her act like this at school.
やっぱり神戸さんは癒し神様だ。
癒し神様。
ありがたやあり。天才園芸士神戸小鳥万歳万歳。
She's just loving it. Now I understand why she doesn't mind volunteering for this committee. Eventually, one of the members finally notices my existence.
ところで君は誰？アブラムシかな？
Aphid? Excuse me?
失敬。大切な花につく悪い虫の名前と間違えたよ。
Kotori's friend, and punk-looking fellow grabs me by the collar.
てめえ何神戸さん呼び捨ててんだこれ。
I've been friends with her for years! You don't look very intimidating while carrying around a cherry tomato plant, man.
あ？おめえにプチトマトの何がわかんだこれ。
Not much.
プチトマト。
Jeez! This guy isn't right in the head. He must live in a world all his own. And I'm being slowly pulled inside of it.
これ、そのくらいで。
She stops him using the language of the gods.
神戸さん、一体この活斑病みたいな男は誰なのです
Good grief, now we're just being reduced to bacteria. What did you just call me? That's a fungus that makes plants' leaves turn brown and wither. Oh, fungus. Sorry, my bad. I thought that was a bacteria. Fungus.
その人は、
まさか恋人なのですか？
I was waiting for that question.
No!
Yes! Damn. Kotori explains what's going on, dissipating the tension. That said, I still feel pretty awkward around this group. It's obvious their other volunteers don't think particularly highly of the pest who has glued himself to the precious flower messiah. They sure do love Kotori, huh? Could just be her youthful charisma, or maybe you could compare it to more to the popularity of an idol. Like when someone fairly young suddenly makes a name for themselves in golf or something and grows exceptionally popular for a little while.
本日の神戸さんサイン会場はここだこれ。
Okay. I glance at the long line forming in front of Kotori. There's a few young people here and there, but most of her fans seem to be long past their prime. An idol who's more like a grandchild. This won't last long.
皆さんちゃんと並んでください。神戸さんは逃げたりはしません。
逃げません。
ください。僕にも。俺もだ。
私もよ。
神戸さんのおせんやご利益があるぜ。わかってっかおめえら。神戸さんのおせんは芸能人みたいにさらっと字体が崩れたそれっぽいもんじゃねえが、そこは我慢だ。
Things are getting weird, like, quickly.
会所でこう。
I absentmindedly stare at the spectacle. So that stuff she said about signatures the other day was true. I still can't believe it.
そんなことない。神戸様は当委員会のカリスマよ。
A woman passing by happens to hear me talking to myself. Hey, was that thing earlier a magic trick or something? Did she switch the pots in a split second or what?
ああ
She gives me a murderous look. Just kidding.
幼馴染だかなんだか知らないけど、おとなしくしていなさいよ。
The woman gives me one last glare as she walks off.
おまた
She returns, cradling a mountain of offerings. You even get loot.
いいって言うのに、どうしてもって渡してくるんだよ。
You really surprised me today.
そういつもサイン会のこととかは話してたはずだけど。
It's hard to know if you're joking or not, though. I thought you were joking. I didn't know that you had found a place for yourself. Knowing this kind of alienating.
ボランティアしてるから感謝してくれてるだけだってば。
That definitely looks more like more than just gratitude. I guess the only real loners I know are Yoshino and myself after all.
吉野くん聞いたら怒るよ、それ。
Everyone has been taking care of themselves just fine, except for me. Why is it that I never participated in any clubs before? A seemingly middle-aged girl brings 2 box lunches over to us. She carefully hands one to Kotori.
どうぞ。小鳥お姉様の分です。ありがとう。
ほらよ。
Throws it at the ground. She pretty much throws my lunchbox at me. Hey!
ごゆっくり、お姉様。
Ow. She steps on my toes on her way back. I'm starting to get depressed.
あ、松坂牛弁当だ。これ好き。
Okay. I don't think it's going to make the thumbnail, but let's just appreciate glowing eyes Kotori right now. Look how adorable she is. Mine has roasted bean sprouts. It mainly contains bean sprouts and sesame oil. There's also a few boiled greens to give it color.
おいしい。満足。
Roasted hard enough, bean sprouts are actually surprisingly good, which makes it even more frustrating. So, what do you usually do here, Kotori?
街路に木を植えるお手伝いをしたり、掃除したり、駅前とかの庭園をお手入れしたりするんだよ。
Ah, cleaning up, huh? That sounds fun. I'm glad I came. I have to convince her to motivate. My motivation is pure.
小太郎くんが園芸に興味を持つとはね。
Well, I figured I should try something new. Has anything interesting happened since you started working here? It'd help if it's something I could use for the club.
珍しい花が咲いたとか、菜園が豊作だったとかならいくらでもあるよ。
Huh. I feel like that's not exactly what I'm looking for. But at this point, I'll listen to anything. After we finish, Kotori brings a lot of seeds over to me. They're not store-bought, so they're just loose in a paper bag instead of wrapped up in packaging, but it's funny because, like, I've mentioned this before. So, I grew up in a home filled with gardening. I even took classes growing up. So I was in, like, high school. I took courses that were youth-oriented master gardening. So, like, I developed plots, grew a bunch of different types of crop, learned a lot about how, like, the care and trim and, like, the life cycle of them. And another thing about it was cultivating seeds. I remember specifically I cultivated carrot seeds because carrots you have to go for 2 seasons. So instead of pulling them up, normally we'd eat the carrot root that develops over the year. But what that actually is the carrot preparing for the next season when it's going to go to seed. So if you don't pull it up, but you let it sit over the winter where it'll kind of like just sit in the ground dormant, it'll wake up with a vengeance at the beginning of the next year. And it'll grow really tall stalks and it'll flower and then it'll go to seed. And you can collect those seeds. And there's a process that you can do where you can actually like dry and preserve them. And dried preserved seeds are incredible because they go into this really interesting hibernative state where their shelf life is pretty extensive. In fact, technically, if you keep the conditions dry and cool enough, we think there's a good chance that it would be pretty much perpetual. Like, you could keep them in storage for as long as you need to. The trouble is that if you can't maintain the conditions right, you can spoil them by, like, you know, a fungus or rot or by, like, just cooking them or something. You gotta keep them in a good state, but, like, it's just kind of cool to go through and to learn all that type of stuff. And so maybe that's part of why I'm also, like, enjoying being on Kotori, because, like, it's reminding me of what I did in high school. It was one of the little hobbies that I kind of got involved in. Something I'm doing now. Currently, I have a flower garden. I think I posted a picture of some of my flowers, like, I think a year ago. But yeah, like, I've got a lot of perennials coming up, and I actually found a wild strain of strawberry that I transplanted into our garden, and it's been slowly spreading. Because strawberries, like most berries, are almost like a weed. They tend to be very voracious. And so it's kind of fun to have, like, a bunch of, like, these organized flower beds, but then across the bottom where normally you would have just kind of, like, barren, maybe decorative, like, wood chip ground. Instead, I'm having a nest of strawberries that are growing up. So they keep things looking kind of fresh and interesting, and you can just eat the strawberries right out of the yard. Of course, I'm gonna have to put up a fence or something if I really want to do that properly, because currently they keep getting eaten by all the rabbits in our area. But no, like, I love gardening. Like, I could really see myself enjoying, like, a community like this and actually getting into this kind of committee myself. Never seen these kinds of seeds before. What species is this?
幸せの種。
Oh, seeds of happiness. I see.
Happy!
I'm not trying to be rude, but ignoring her is all I can do. I can't allow myself to break her heart.
小太郎くんのお仕事はね、この地図に示された場所に、
Not just one place, huh? There's places marked all over the map. This will require some hoofing it, I imagine. One day won't be enough for all of this. Is it okay if I take my time with it?
ローン、OK。
Loan? I don't think you know what that word means, but I get the idea. Probably won't be too difficult. I suppose they can only expect so much of volunteers.
やり方を教えてあげるから、ついといてよ。
Oh. All sorts of plants are growing in the flower beds in front of the station. Apparently, the spread of the Green Committee takes care of them instead of some hired agency or something. There's one rectangular-shaped area that's currently barren.
うひゃー！
Kotori lets out a scream of forced surprise as she spots it.
駅前の花壇に、不自然に何も植物が生えてない場所がある。
You don't need to make a performance out of it.
ストーリー性があった方がよしかなと思ったんだよ。
Oh, okay. There's a time and place for that, isn't there? Kotori looks disappointed.
こういうところに種まくの。場所に間違いがないか確認してみて。
It's interesting because, like, normally you actually would want to double plant. Like, you put 2 seeds in because you're kind of gambling on one of them making it or not. And then if they both sprout, you have to cull one of them because otherwise they compete for each other's resources and it won't look very pretty. But with Kotori, I'm guessing we don't have to try that hard. I look at the map. Looks like the right place to me.
そしたら、こんな風に穴掘るんさ。
She digs out a few relatively deep ditches in soft soil. Then she places the seeds in them, being careful to face them in a particular direction, and subsequently covers them with a thin layer of soil. Is the direction they're facing important? It is, actually. Not in the grand scheme of things, but especially if you're going to be making them, like, you want them to grow in a row, like, you want the seeds to face a certain way because one end is going to sprout roots and one end is going to sprout the stalk. And so if you position it properly, you can actually not dictate, but you can encourage the growth in a certain way.
種の重い方を下になるように巻くの。この種は芽が出るのは軽い方だから、まっすぐ発芽するって寸法。
See, I know what I'm talking about.
クレバー。
The heavier end. I take out the seed and play with it in my palm. Can't tell the difference. This is hard.
と後ろには難しいかもだよ。無理ならこのやり方でもいいよ。
Kotori haphazardly digs out a hole, shoves a bunch of seeds in, and kicks the soil back on top again.
これで完了。
Wow, that seems a lot lazier than the first way.
一応この種は荒っぽく育てても平気。強い子。
The tough kids. It sounds easy. I like it.
水やりとかは他の人の担当だから種まきだけでいいね。
All right, think I can handle that. Watering in the seed stage is the most tricky part because you don't want to drown them, especially because you could wash them away, but you also have to be consistent with it. And you have to work with the weather because if you live in a place that rains a lot, you actually need to protect them from over-raining. I dig holes and plant seeds while trying to place them right side up in the best way of my ability and cover them with soil. Not too hard. It's mostly just busy work, meticulousness. I finish in 15 minutes. Can I take a picture of this?
いいよ。
I photograph the flower beds in the area around them. The pictures, unfortunately, don't contain a sliver of adventure, or any entertainment value at all, really. It's unlikely they'll attract any short attention span of the younger generation, even if I upload them to the blog. It'd be nice if something unusual happened. An incident that would be fun to read about. I wonder if I could find Yoshino dancing naked among the trees and shouting that today's his real birthday. Now that'd be a scoop.
この世で一番そんなことしそうにない人だよ。
Ironically, I would see Kotarou be the one that'd be most likely to do that, but I don't think we should be doing that either. That's why it'd be interesting.
いけずだね。
That's the kind of impact I want for my articles.
ならさ、こんなのはどう？小太郎くんがこの種まきをちゃんとこなしたら、スクープを私が見つけてきてあげる。
I wonder what kind of scoop she'd come up with. Can I take your word for it? Actually, do you have the ability to make that statement true? I don't want to sound rude, but you don't look like a spy material. Koto lets out a snort.
Yo, you.
Oh, what's with this confidence? Have I awoken the dragon?
ピヨピヨピヨピヨ。
So adorable. A very weak dragon from the sound of it.
これでも情報収集力にかけては市内随一なんだよ。
Well, pardon my insolence then, O Queen of Information.
ファンがいろいろ教えてくれるの。
Now that is a decent offer. She does have like a network. After today, I don't even feel like you're making this up. Okay, I'll take care of the planting of the seeds then.
それでちょっと楽になったら私も幸せ。
Alright. I'll take on this quest. Quest. Stay with flowers. Description. Take on Miss Kanabe's quest and be grateful from the bottom of your heart for the opportunity to serve her, you dog. Basically, to complete this quest, your sorry butt will have to fill Kazamatsuri with as much greenery as possible. Got it. To be exact, you'll have to find the seed planting areas marked on the map and shove those seeds where they belong. All you've got to do is click a few times and it's done. Easy crap. That said, some seed planting areas can be pretty weird locations. Better give it your all and find them, fool. Here's some information for the lazies among you. If you fail this, Miss Kanabe's affection points won't go down or anything, so no worries there. It's just a mini-game that has nothing to do with the actual story. Oh, so is it literally a game I'm going to be playing? But if you click enough, you might find something good. Just saying. Good luck, you're going to need it.
ちゅうことでよろしく。
I'll take all the luck I can get. Okay, so am I actually doing this? I guess not. Maybe maybe when I next get the chances to like explore, there will be like places on the map where I can go and plant seeds. Interesting. All right. Well, we'll have to discover all that later because I think this is a good place for us to stop. So, I made one of the first like real, I think, character branching choices that we've done. Like, we've had choices here or there, but that was the first one that was just like, oh, you can follow this person, or a third option that we're like maybe like just going to the club room and meeting up with Akane or something. But yeah, like we made the choice and go through these pretty fun. So we'll see. Obviously, a lot of the times these games aren't locked down into specific paths until like a certain point. So, and maybe I've reached that. I don't know, but I doubt it. So we'll see. I might change my mind. I might pivot. I might go down a different path regardless. Because I believe I've also gotten like, I also believe Akane has been very interesting. That whole last sequence though with the weird guy and like their like not so subtle like second like layer conversation, I don't trust any of them now. Akane at least seems reasonable. Otori is an airhead. Creepy dude though was implying something else going on. I absolutely am convinced that if he doesn't try to kill me at some point, like I will be shocked. He just like Yoshino talks tough, but he seems like a genuinely decent person deep down. That guy, I don't know. He just rubbed me the wrong way. Like it seemed like all my instincts immediately said this guy's going to be a pain in our butt. So, I don't know. Like, he's probably not going to literally try to kill us, but I could see him being very annoying. Although he also might be more of an instruction if you, like, spend more time with, I guess, Chihaya, since Otori's becoming too generic nowadays. Like maybe that's kind of more his role. But he also seems to be pretty heavily involved with Akane. He had, like, a weird respect for her, so maybe he's involved in her plot, too. No idea. Regardless of that, I'm excited to see how this progresses. Thank you so much for spending your time here with me. I hope you guys enjoyed this playthrough as much as I did. Well, you lab mems. I'm trying to break the habit of just saying guys, because it doesn't translate very well, but you know what I mean. Fellow enjoyers of visual novels and fantastic stories and characters. I hope you had a good time. I hope we get to continue to share these wonderful stories and get to, like, kind of move into the next phase of the channel next year. I do have to admit, there is a upcoming release of a visual novel that might, like, we have selected what's going to happen, like, after ReWrite, I think. Have we picked that one yet or not? We'll see. I do have another game that's, like, coming down the pipeline that I'm gonna play. Like, it's gonna be on the channel. Like, I'm gonna veto it. It's gonna make it slot happen. It's gonna be on, and it's gonna likely be on either Wednesday or Friday if it gets picked by you patrons, who are awesome. Thank you for that. But there's a new Love and Space game, and I covered, like, their original games a long time ago. But I'm real excited to be able to cover the new one that's coming out. So we'll get to that when we get there. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. You're all amazing. I really don't deserve you, but I'm grateful that you choose to come here anyway. And until next video, watch me up. See me next. I'll see you there.